and gank early on with one creep. And the lanes they have the last game they had the Dragon Knight on solo mid, and the other lane was Bristleback against Prophet. So the Chen could actually get easy kills on these two lanes if they decide to put the Chen on the offensive jungle.
Yeah, I think so as well. With what they had. But let's see what happens this game. Looks like some common bans coming out, Clockwork and Elder Titan. Both of these heroes, monsters in the off lane. Extremely strong team fighters, and probably two of the most banned heroes in this current version. Alongside with like Venomancer recently, and
I think
we're still back actually.
I think Elder Titan is the strongest of the three you just mentioned because of the aura alone. Is just what you need for that hero. You don't really need anything else. And he's a hero where you can play in the support position, solo mid, offlane.
Yeah, he is. He is. And you know what's funny? Like, this hero was nerfed, but he's still considered the strongest in this version. Imagine how powerful he was in the last version.
40 damage nerf. That doesn't change much because the strongest.
Was it only 40 damage? I think it was a bit more.
Yeah, it was 40. His spirit was 120 before at level 1, 120 damage, and it's 80 damage right now.
Yeah, but that's still a big deal when it comes to bottle crowing and how much life you are getting back and stuff like that.
You know,
like, you can tell the difference basically.
When I play Elder Titan, I would always ask my teammate to be the Crystal Maiden, so when I'm on the offlane I get so much spam. That's one of my favorite combinations of heroes. Having Elder Titan and one of my support is a hero like CM. So LGD will
let's be honest, CM is just so good.
Yeah, LGD will be opening the draft with a Visage, just very standard, very situational pick.
Veno.
But
actually,
not everyone has been picking the Veno up, you know, T-Ben.
I don't think I can agree with Visage being a situational pick. It's actually like top 1 pick, I think. That's another hero who's been banned in almost every game. Like in the Western scene, this hero would probably be first pick.
Yeah, what I said was in this situation, the Visage was a really good opening for them.
But I heard you said it was a situational pick. That's what I thought I heard.
Okay, so what do you think would be the good response from IG right now? They remove one of the combination partners of Visage, the Rubik. This is very standard, Rubik plus Visage, but they can still do a lot of other things like CM and Visage, for example.
You can. I think CM is obviously really good in almost all kind of combos, but IG did take Luna in the first phase last game, so we could potentially see that again. Yeah.
Yeah, the Luna plus Visage we saw in EMS a lot, where Fnatic just snap up the Visage and Luna with 2 picks in the first phase. It's really strong team fight and good laning presence. You can do an aggressive tri-lane, you can do defensive tri-lane. So IG would go for the Prophet again this game.
Okay. It looks like, I mean, if you think about LGD's playstyle, they tend to always group up as 5 and defend towers as 5 and push towers as 5. They don't really do like this 4-man defend and one guy just split pushes really hard. They do it sometimes, but not often. So this Prophet hero, where he can just pressure somewhere else, IG go as 4 somewhere, force LGD to bring 5 heroes, and then the Prophet just keeps on split pushing, and he can join the fight whenever he wants as well. It's just such a good hero for LGD, and to counter the whole split push coming from IG, LGD decide to go with the Pugna so that their 5-man push is extremely quick, and it just forces Prophet or something like this to either split push really hard or go with his team to defend. But even if he does split push really hard, I don't think he can push as fast as LGD can because they have Pugna.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the main weakness of LGD having to do all this 5-man is against split push, but I don't think they care really. Every time they see an enemy pick Prophet, even a hero like Tinker, they just still do their 5-man. Maybe sometimes they do it with an anti-mage, so the anti-mage can do some split pushing, but they never really move or budge away from their playstyle. They always stick to what they believe and they just do it, and if they lose a game, they will think that they didn't play good enough, but never really change their playstyle.
Yeah, that's exactly LGD's mindset. If they ever lose, it's always gonna be like, yeah, we played bad. That's simply it. We just played bad. They wouldn't they often don't blame their draft. Sometimes they do, but it's more of them just saying, yeah, we played poorly. We could always play better and win with what they have. And that's why, like you said, we always see them play the same thing. But Anti-Mage and Chen banned out. Interesting.
So IG went for the Dragon Knight this time. So with the Dragon Knight and Prophet, they actually are the ones that can take down early towers really quick compared to what LGD has as well. They have the Pugna and the Visage. Both sides can take down towers really quick.
I think the DK pickup is actually trying to deny LGD from taking it, don't you think?
Yeah, the DK can be played in a solo mid and run the Pugna as a tri-lane hero or the safe lane hero. Vichy Gaming has been doing that a lot. Sylar playing the Pugna, and ROTK and Super have the other two more farming intensive heroes. That worked really well for them because Pugna was able to just take down a lot of towers and contribute a lot to the team fights early on. They would usually go for either the mech or the Necrobook rush depending on the situation they are in. And in this game, maybe going for, if no one else can get the mech, he can go for the mech first before deciding what items he would go next.
So, I mean, it is pretty good with their lineup as well, but what other heroes have you seen LGD play with when they do this Pugna kind of stuff? Because I have seen Rabbit play it before, and I've seen Zhao play it as well. But my question is now, you think LGD still continue on with their 5-man push against IG and just try to out push basically IG split push or whatever it is that they plan to do against LGD's lineup?
Yeah, they could possibly do that as well. Like, I don't see them changing their plans. They rarely ever change their plans. If they want to do the Pugna on the safe lane, they could grab a mid hero. What do you think Xiao 8 has right now? Beastmaster plus Pugna, and two of these heroes can build Necrobooks.
I don't like it. I don't like the Beastmaster. Of course he can do the push, but it's kind of like all in, and LGD really isn't a team who likes to go all in with their push. And if you go Beastmaster, then you probably need like a Furion or something, some hero that can still deal some physical damage. But IG already taken that hero, so I'm not sure that they will go for the Beastmaster. But they do take Timbersaw now, and it makes me think that it's more and more of a mid lane Pugna now, and Pugna's pretty good against Dragon Knights, so.
I still think they could do like Timbersaw solo mid against the DK. Timbersaw will be very happy of that matchup. Still run the Pugna on the safe lane, but like you said, it's gonna be a very all-in type of strat. Like 2 Necrobooks. If your push doesn't work, and you're gonna just lose the game. Enemy has Nature's Prophet, DK, and depending on what safe lane hero that IG wants to go for, they can go for something like a Viper, I think. Build an early mech on him, like what they usually do, and just fight. But they're gonna go for even more speed pushing power, the Weaver.
Oh man, this is a tri-core lineup coming from IG, and to be honest, unless IG is capable of taking a few towers early, like the tier 1s early, as if they try to trade with LGD, it could be good. But the thing about tri-core lineups is you need so many items on your core heroes, and if you don't get to those and you lose your towers, then you kind of just fall apart.
Okay, let me ask you something that might happen in this game. IG has 2 heroes, Weaver plus Nature's Prophet. They can go for a Hand of Midas. So LGD, if they are looking to punish and go for all-in type of hero, depending on what they pick as their last, they could actually have a very good timing in the game to just push and end the game with the 2 Midas on the Weaver and the Prophet. So IG can't really fight early if they invest their gold onto the 2 Midas.
Alright, I don't think LGD need. If they're gonna do that, I don't think LGD needs like a full core carry-ish hero. They can pick like a half a core hero, because they do have Visage, who's probably gonna be rushing like Aghanims, and that's a lot of physical damage as well. And it's really strong in 5-man pushes too. So I'm not too worried about LGD's physical damage at this point. I think what they can pick is actually a Luna, which might be really good for LGD. What do you think about that?
I have to agree. Like the Luna pick here is very, very good with their lineup too. He's also a very good carry later on. Very good hero to benefit their lineup if they want to go for those early 5-man pushes. And I just have to say, Luna is like a perfect fit to the LGD lineup here.
Yeah, it is. It is. Or I think it's Garo, Luna, or maybe a little off, but Shadow Fiend could be an option too. I think it's one of those three heroes.
If they want more pushing power, there's still a Lone Druid. But Lone Druid,
there is a Lone Druid.
Lone Druid sounds really all-in-ish. I don't know.
Lone Druid is okay, but it kind of makes you a bit vulnerable in your lanes early game. Like Enchantress is capable of making some stuff happen on either the Lone Druid or the Pugna.
Lone Druid feels really dangerous at the start if the Enchantress wants to gank you.
Yeah, but if you get those first towers with LGD, you just snowball way out of control in this game. Oh wow, Viper. Okay, that's actually pretty good. When I said half a core, and I was thinking about it, actually, I totally forgot about that hero. That hero is like the perfect half core hero.
It still fits their lineup really well, and if you look at all the damage, look at all the damage IG has from the early phase. A lot of spell damage. His passive will be really helpful against that, and
that's gonna wreck.
The Viper will just basically make the DK attack so slow that he can't deal too much of damage as well in the fight.
That DK is gonna cry, man. He's gonna cry.
Yeah, this is gonna be the second game.
He's getting pulled.
Yeah,
it's a mid Viper and a safe lane Pugna.
Yeah, you should introduce the players. On the side of IG, we have Hao on the Weaver, Ferrari playing the solo mid DK, Faith on the support Rubik, YYF on the Prophet, and we have Banana on the Enchantress.
Alright, and on the side of LGD, we have Xiaowei playing Pugna again in the safe lane. Just like last game, normally he's a mid player, but he's going to safe lane this game. DD playing Nyx Assassin, Rabbit on Viper on mid lane. He was pulled one tangle, right down build. It's pretty good against the Dragon Knight. DDC playing Visage. He went top lane to top rune to ward really quickly, so they can see what IG is up to. And we have Yao playing the Timbersaw off lane. He's got a lot of regen on the Timbersaw.
You know, VG Gaming, they've been doing this type of ward. The supports at the start will place a ward for ROTK on the offlane. I don't know if you notice this. Every time they go to the offlane, they place a ward at a different spot so the enemy can't deny it. And ROTK always has a good start because he is able to see where the supports are moving around on the map, and that alone gives him a lot of farm and a lot of experience from the early game. I don't really see any other team do that apart from them. And the first rune will be taken by Hao, the haste rune at top. They're just gonna try and block this creep and make it far as possible for the Timbersaw to get his levels, and Timbersaw is also going to do the same thing. And at bottom lane, the Prophet will be he actually started with the same items as the last game, getting the boots on the offlane. I really like this build as well. Like, I feel this build is much more stronger than the old build where you just get the gloves and 2 clarities and you stand at the offlane, try to use your treants to distract the enemy supports. I think this is a much better way.
He blocked the first camp, but now the second, actually he tried to block the first, but he couldn't make it, and it already spawned. And I think this is going to be a really hard lane for YYF though. They blocked really good in the safe lane, LGD, and I don't see how he can really get a lot of XP. Actually, there's 2 range creeps and it's gonna push in, so it won't be so bad. And he's screwing up with DD's pull too.
Actually, the range creep is gonna die. Oh, the 3 melee creeps are gonna get pulled back though. He's gonna get he needs 1 more creep for level 2. The level 2 is gonna be very crucial for YYF so that he can teleport and do some stuff on the map. Timbersaw, however, is gonna get a lot more levels than the Prophet will do here.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of creeps. He's got 4 creeps already on top, and this is a Rubik Weaver. I mean, like, what can you really do against a Timbersaw with those 2 guys? And there's an Enchantress sitting right there, waiting for a gank to happen, and they know, like, if they don't keep down the Timbersaw now, he's just gonna go way out of hand. And Weaver is not a hero that does very well against a Timbersaw.
Yeah, if you leave the Weaver 1v1 against the Timbersaw is just gonna be really happy. That matchup will give him a lot of farm and experience because you just get.
He hasn't even used a tango yet.
Yeah, you just get reactive armor and you're willing that you're gonna win the lane against the Weaver.
And Ferrari gonna go top rune, get a regen. This is gonna help him a little bit. He's gonna be able to cast a few more Flame Breath or Breathe Fires than he thought he would. And obviously, this is not a very good matchup for the Dragon Knight early levels, but when he hits like level 5, he's capable of applying a lot of pressure to the Viper. Because those Fire Breaths start to deal a lot of damage. And Viper, not a hero that you normally buy a bottle on, so it will affect him.
Let me ask you, if you're the Viper and going against a DK, which spell would you max first? Would you go for Nanotoxin max or your corrosive skin?
I think you still need I think the build he has right now is fine. You still need 2 levels in Nanotoxin, I think, to like try and deny a few more creeps and get a few more last hits. But I think nonetheless a Viper should always have a few levels in poison attack. I don't think level 1 poison attack does anything.
Yeah, it's
basically.
10% slow. It's basically nothing.
It's not good.
But if you look at the trade-off they're getting, the Timbersaw has 4 CS right now, a little more than the Prophet, but the levels are almost similar. He's gonna get he's actually gonna get 1 more level than the Prophet now. The Prophet didn't actually get his level 3 there, so he's gonna be 2 levels ahead.
But Timbersaw is the hero who gets more creeps as he gets more levels, right? So it's gonna be, the lane can only get easier basically for the Timbersaw.
Yeah, the first movement will be by will be by IG smoking behind the tower here.
Ooh. This could be really.
Yao has 2 points in Timber Chain. Will he be able to escape?
Oh yeah, this is a lot of trouble for Yao.
Oh no, he's gonna go down. His first blood's gonna go to the Weaver here.
He's gonna need someone to buy him a TP score right now. He's gonna lose a lot of XP on this top lane.
Prophet TP's back down to bottom. They're gonna lose the tower as well for IG at bottom. I don't think the Prophet can defend this tower. They're both gonna get towers.
Oh, he really can't.
There's gonna be a haste rune bottom.
I think somebody should have bought this Timbersaw TP scroll though. He could have got lots of levels on top actually. I don't think IG is capable of killing him again without another surprise smoke gank.
Look at the supports: 400 gold on DD, 300 gold on DDC. They can definitely support him 1 teleport scroll there. That's gonna give him a lot of level, like you mentioned. But nevertheless,
maybe he's gonna try and go for a deny here. Oh wow, Banana taking power shots, but he's just gonna walk away, and Yao's gonna be fine as well.
Yeah, he has a lot of tangles to escape the path there, so he didn't manage to get the deny, but it was still a really good effort by him to try and do something there. Make them work for that tower. And LGD themselves have gotten the bottom tier 1 tower too. So it's basically an even trade-off at that moment.
It looks like DK got himself a haste rune, so any chances of LGD actually killing this Dragon Knight right now has just gone out the window. As long as he still has this haste rune up. Sure, they can try to burst him, but I think he's tanky enough and has enough.
You can't kill him with the haste. They're gonna try and kill YYF though. Does YYF know, or he's just gonna try and scout with the Treants? His Treant will be running up behind, trying to look for the supports here, and he's gonna see no one there.
He really, oh boy,
that was just...
Okay. Very nicely done by YYF. Recognizing that LGD supports are missing and they could be either ganking mid or bottom, and since DK has a haste rune on mid, the chances are they want the Fury on instead. He has phase blitz now if he buys it.
If you think about that situation, your DK has a haste. When the supports are missing, they're gonna try and gank you instead of the DK. They're gonna run in and try to gank Rabbit here. Stun by the DK. Gonna be followed up by the Lift and the Centaur Storm in the end.
Nyx Assassin and Visage porting in, but they're gonna be in trouble too. I think if they actually commit to this. There's still a tornado. Like this tornado is absolutely wrecking them.
He didn't get to use his Impale there. I'm not sure if he'll be able to save the...
He DC'd. So.
Yeah,
but
if he didn't DC,
I don't think so.
He might have been able to save the Viper. I'm not very sure though.
Nah, that Viper was pretty dead. He already used the stick charges and there was still a tornado on his face and too many heroes beating on him. I think he's still dead. But this Nyx Assassin is probably going to die as well if he doesn't get a really nice stun here. Because the Hasted Dragon Knight is going to run in circles for the next 2 seconds. If they have to pause, they can think about what they're going to do. So I'm expecting this DK to run around a bit to dodge the stun and then just basically Dragon Tail him and beat him down. And probably the best thing is that this Visage does not port in there as well, because then he also risks himself.
He is already porting actually. The yellow circle in the middle is the Visage. The Prophet can
that's
TP
0.5 seconds.
The Prophet can TP into the Weaver, doesn't have a teleport scroll. Timbersaw is running over to middle. But this Nyx Assassin will most likely be dead. There's gonna be a stun in 2 seconds. Even if he hits
I
the
think
even if he hits the stun, or actually if he hits the stun on the DK,
he needs some kind of Jesus stun here. Like he needs to hit the Dragon Knight and he needs to hit the Enchantress, because look, oh my god, he's got boots, but he's still at 300 MS because of the tornado, right? And the tornado looks like it's gonna run out soon. The creep at least is gonna die.
Check. Oh yeah, it's dying in 2 seconds. So the tornado slow will only have 2 seconds more. He needs to stun 2 heroes at least. If he just gets the Dragon Knight, the Rubik and the Enchantress will just use their right click damage to kill him. And with the slow going on for another 2 seconds, there's even a Centaur
You do know how
behind.
hard it is to stun a freaking hasted DK with a stun you have to click on the ground.
It's gonna be very difficult. The chances are maybe, I wouldn't even say 50-50, maybe 70 to 30 not getting the stun.
It's gonna be pretty hard for this Nyx to stun him, because like I said, Ferrari has all the time in the world right now to realize what he needs to do. Yeah.
To think about things, and Xiao 8 will be running in with the Invis rune. He's gonna find an Invis rune at bottom, run in, but by the time he gets there, the fight will be over, I'm pretty sure.
I think by the time he gets there, he's gonna be at risk of dying as well. All these heroes. I think I would probably say Visage should probably just cancel TP. Like the thing about LGD right now is they have no idea how long that tornado is gonna last, right? Because they don't know what we know. They don't know that tornado is dying in 2 seconds. So they're probably thinking, okay, this Nyx is probably dead because there's a hasted DK. We should just stop the Visage TP and walk there to defend the tower, if anything.
Maybe they would just still try and take the fight, because if the Nyx, let's say the Nyx lands a stun on the Dragon Knight, he's able to survive a little bit longer.
Yeah.
The Visage
but
TP
it's so risky.
Yeah, the Visage TP since slows one dude, slows the DK, slows his attack speed, probably will buy enough time for the Timbersaw and the Pugna to reach on time to at least contribute something to the fight. Maybe. That's just a speculation. We never know what's gonna happen here. The first thing that comes to the mind is, will the stun ever hit here? If he uses a Spike Carapace to stun up the DK first, if the DK right clicks him, maybe he can have a better chance to land the stun. Maybe.
Yeah, that he can do if he does attack.
What is flying in on the courier? It's a glove of haste.
Oh, catch-up was already completed on the Weaver. Midas.
Yeah, he doesn't have a TP though. Usually Hao has those TPs to help his team early on, but here he doesn't have a TP. If they fight for a really long time, probably he should just go and get a TP to assist his team, because LGD is gonna bring all 5 heroes there for sure.
It's okay. I think IG will know just to kill this guy, back off, because look how many creeps are pushing in from IG on top lane as well. I think pressuring this tier 2 and dealing a lot of damage, even if LGD commit 5 heroes, would be probably better than running back, grab that TP. He's gonna get another creep wave and deal a shit ton of damage to that tower. So,
like you said, as long as they don't overextend, but it's hard to say. Maybe they just want to try. Let's say the enemy just hits a stun on the Enchantress, doesn't hit the stun on a DK, and they kill the Nyx and the Visage TPs in. IG will be thinking 1+1 free kill, bonus kill, buy one free one. So they'll go for another kill, and by the time they try to kill the Visage, the Pugna arrives, the Timbersaw arrives, and they lose.
Oh my god, so
heroes.
many different possibilities. Which one will it be?
What will happen, T-Ben?
I think the worst one would be like, everybody just backs off. Both sides just backs off. Screw the Nyx, screw the DK, just walk away. Fair play, walk away.
You know, that actually happened to me once. We were playing a Dodo 1 LAN event, and someone disconnected, and his hero just ran forward, and we were fighting we were about to fight. Someone was about to throw a stun, and I saw this guy. They were talking to the enemy, that saying he lagged his mouse. Something happened to his mouse. He ran in front. Can we just don't fight? Because he's going to get stunned and he's going to die straight. So the enemy just, okay, we'll do that. Like, they were friends, so they just backed off, and nothing happened after the pause. That was just lol. That was just lol.
Oh my god, this TP sounded so obnoxious during the pause.
And you know, Banana has 1,500 gold now.
You know what he's going.
Yeah, you have to get. But there was a discussion by Matt, Sebastian on at EMS, he was talking about if the Enchantress didn't go for a Midas, I think it was no tier. The team was fighting early on, and Enchantress is a good fighting hero at the start. You bring your creeps to the fight, just throw your ultimate. But because he went for a Midas, and he was just at 600 HP at level 6, level 7, and he died so quickly. And Sebastian was talking about if he had the money onto a power trades, onto a urn, he would have survived that fight and done a lot more. So those are the small little consequences.
Okay, I think the best counter argument to that is like, in how many games will a Treads urn Enchantress will win you compared to like a Midas Enchantress who can carry you in the mid game? Like, that should probably be the comparison. Where let's say in 1 out of 5 games, a Treads urn Enchantress will be more effective than a Midas Enchantress who will get more items and deal more damage later on. So you can probably say in that situation, okay, that is better. But I just think that in more situations, a Midas
in the long run
probably benefit. It's all game to game, right? And obviously there are going to be scenarios where you're going to be like, oh crap, why do I have a Midas? But then you think back and you're like, oh wait, Midas won me like 4 other games, and then this one game I lost. Okay, like, you win some, you lose some, right?
I know you're a fan of getting a Midas on the bench.
Oh yeah, Venge, such a beast hero.
Venge with Midas and Tranquil Boots, you're talking to me. You farm jungles easily. Midas one, just tank the other one because you get regeneration from Tranquils and you get a lot of levels. Compared to the old Venge where it's so difficult to get levels unless you get a lot of kills.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, like, a lot of people don't really understand this whole Midas fad thing happening and why more supports are buying it. I was actually thinking about making maybe a video on why. Because, like, if you remember in Korea when we were talking about Midas, you weren't really convinced on it either in the beginning, right?
Yeah, I wasn't.
And then somehow I managed to convince you that it was a pretty decent item. Well, it did get us a game off speed.
We were on the same page on the first day. Yeah. No training, but we could read each other's mind. That was really, really fun. I remember Charlie was telling me, I'm pretty sure you have good chemistry with this team. And I was asking, how would you know? I've never played with these guys. And he told me, just trust me. You work well with them. And he was right. Oh, here comes the Knicks. Okay, what will happen here? Possibility number 1.
Oh boy.
Possibility number 2.
More like possibility number 5,790.
Is he gonna get the stun? The spike,
here we go.
Spike carapace on the DK.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh! They're just backing up! Oh, there's the stun. There we go.
And the Visage cancels his TP.
Why didn't he cast anything?
Yeah, he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. It looked like they were both just gonna back up, and then the DK just runs back in for the attack and stun. But if he spiked and then spun, it would have been better. Maybe he didn't have the time.
We're waiting for the Viper to TP in. Yeah, he's out. Decrepify the DK.
And that tower has 1 health left. Oh my god, they don't get the deny either, but they do get the Dragon Knight. I think they could have got the deny.
Oh, they might get 1 more kill on the Enchantress as well. It's gonna be 2 kills there. Double kill for the Viper.
Okay, but even though they got a double kill, I think that was worth it for IG because they did get the tower. The tower had 1 health. They could have got the deny. Oh, poor by LGD. I feel bad for them.
They're gonna try and take the tower, but Pugna doesn't have. He only has mana for 4 blasts at the moment. They might be able to take the tower. I don't know if they can take this tower.
I think they can.
Oh, they actually can.
I think they can.
The Weaver doesn't have a TP still. How doesn't have a TP?
Yeah, he actually went back there too and didn't actually buy one, but I think TPing into that fight isn't very good for him either. He has 600 health and a Midas. At this point, you just want to get your other core items and do better. I mean, they're still up 1 tower, right, IG?
Okay.
So technically they are in the lead.
Midas number 2, Midas number 3. So you want to farm with your Midas now, don't fight. And this was the timing I was talking about during the draft where IG would be getting a lot of Midas and LGD doesn't even have 1 hero that's good in getting Midas, I would say. I don't think anyone of their lineup benefits in getting a Midas.
I think Viper can get one, maybe.
No, they're not gonna get a Midas on a Viper. I don't think so.
He might. They have mech already up on Pugna. And if they're 5-man, they take another tower or so, they can potentially get a Midas. this. Actually, didn't. Never mind. It's pretty.
But I still think that
1.5k goal lead.
they
for
have
IG.
to really try and push down a tower right now. If they have to see the 3 Midas on IG, and the Enchantress is not gonna be, it's gonna be really easy to kill with Midas and nothing else. They're gonna smoke. IG is actually the ones that are trying to take a fight after getting 3 Midas. That's something I didn't expect at all. Mind games. They're gonna run into, oh no, DDC is gonna be in trouble if he tries to run into the jungle.
Boy. Oh boy, the birds.
Oh, he's dead for sure.
Whew. I think this is a big mistake coming out from LGD here. They should have probably noticed that IG's game plan is to actually try and take as many early tier 1 towers as they can, and the only one that's still left alive is the bottom tower. So I think Visage, it's good that he got level 6 there, but being there alone probably wasn't a very good idea.
There could also be another possibility because LGD had a ward in the river, so the Visage was thinking that no one was coming because they had good vision around the area, but the enemy used the smoke, and there was just basically nothing he could do after.
And now that IG forced LGD to bring all their heroes there, like I said before, when they're defending towers, they defend as 5. When they're pushing towers, they push as 5. And they just forced 5 heroes bottom, and now they're just going for the split push on top.
Enemy has Prophet that can push a lane himself, split push. Dragon Knight can push a lane himself. Weaver can push a lane himself. The Nyx is not level 6. How are they going to get a gank on a Weaver? They're not going to be able to kill the Weaver.
Nope, and he's still level 4. Like, they actually need to give him some lane to farm, and even then, it's going to take him, I think, 2 minutes to get to this level 6.
The XP graph is still not too bad, but the gold graph is like about 3,000 gold in favor of IG. But it's gonna get a lot
coming from LGD.
It's gonna get a lot worse after the Midas gets going for another 5 minutes.
Looks like they're gonna go into the jungle and try to just go for the Enchantress here. Weaver isn't a very good choice of a gank.
I don't think they'll be able to get the Enchantress though. Maybe they'll spot the Weaver.
They can't get the Weaver, that's for sure.
They can't get the Weaver.
Yeah, there's 0 chance of getting the Weaver, and look at bottom again. Back to the split push coming from IG.
The Prophet is gonna TP down to bottom too, so
oh yeah.
They're just gonna push middle, push bottom, avoid the fights, and LGD tries to take 1 tower. They're gonna lose out on the other 2 lanes. They can even go for a Roche maybe? Do you think so? Do they have a medallion?
I think both teams can go for a Roshan at this point.
No, there's no medallion.
Depending on if LGD go for the next tower on top. If they go for the next tower on top, they should try to trade for a Roshan, and it's like fairly good for both teams what they take. But it looks like IG are actually going to be the ones going for tier 2, and LGD going on the defensive here. And this is not what you want to do against a tri-core. You don't want to be this pressured. But I mean, there's not so much LGD can do. They're kind of deprived on experience, like on this Nyx Assassin right now.
There's nowhere he can get the levels from right now because they are.
He's trying bottom now. He's trying bottom now, but it looks like the Furion might come for this.
No, Prophet has ulti in 3 seconds. Yeah, they're gonna wait for the ultimate of the Prophet. If DDC runs up to try and last hit this one, they will probably go in with the Rubik and Enchantress.
I think they're bringing too many heroes here and not showing enough on IG's map, and this Nyx Assassin.
They can't show anyone. They can't show anyone else anywhere because the middle lane was too far into the LGD area, and there's 1 hero at top, which is the Weaver, so they can't really show anyone else on the map. But LGD is gonna smoke and try and get a pick off here, but YYF is in a good position to escape. Oh no, he runs back top. He runs back top. Man, he was running back to the base.
But actually he is just gonna walk back. They couldn't get in a good position to cast any spells on him apart from the chakra.
Their only initiating stun was not there, the NA.
Yeah, but probably Visage and Viper are more reliable than this Nyx Assassin. He's not level 6, so kind of difficult.
You're actually talking about the skill shot Impale right now.
Yeah,
not reliable. And now IG, not reliable stun anymore.
Really isn't. And now IG again going for the pressure onto the bottom lane. And this is DK and Furion. They can take this tower so quickly.
Yeah, DK even has an illusion room to speed things up. They're gonna send a Timbersaw to try and defend bottom, and How is gonna be pushing the top lane as well. This is just a better trade-off by IG.
IG is gonna get a free tower on top, and that's even worse than losing bottom right now. Because this is a Weaver solo taking a tower.
Lose bottom. And LGD still hasn't taken the middle tower. Oh boy.
Such nice tactical split pushing coming from IG. It's really, really standard
Yeah,
how they're doing this.
this game feels really, really tough already in this situation for LGD.
Oh
They
yeah,
they don't have any good pushing power to make sure that they push faster the lanes compared to the Prophet and the Weaver. So every time they try and group, and they need to group 3 or 4 heroes to take one tower. That's how their lineup works.
if you remember what I said during the draft, is that if IG are capable of trading towers with LGD and they get this decent amount of farm, then the Tricore is gonna be really strong. And that's exactly what's happening. This is how they had to win this game.
Their Midas didn't get punished.
The Midas is all getting paid. Like at this point, they're at the point where when they don't have a Midas, they will still have the same farm they have right now, basically. Like this Weaver almost has Lincolns. This Enchantress has 1600 gold.
But when you're ahead, even you get the Midas, so you get further ahead. That's how stuff works now.
And when you're behind, you get the Midas to catch up.
So when is exactly a bad time to get a Midas?
When you want to just fight your opponent all the time, I think would be the probably not so great time.
Yeah, and
like if you know that your opponent is coming to fight you and you're going to fight them too, then it's probably better to get the little items that will help you win the fights and secure the game. And then you get a Midas when your opponent will start dodging you in fights.
So you always get a Midas basically, 80% of the time. Mid lane, they're gonna get that they're gonna get the Enchanters finally. Skill shot,
boy.
stun. Okay, they got the stun. It's gonna die. But they're still pushing out top lane.
Bursted.
Prophet is TPing bottom to push. He has Necrobooks. It's still a very good situation for IG to be in, only losing the Enchanters.
Yeah. But you know, at this point though, IG have decided that they're not gonna take any fights at all, and this could be trouble. Because LGD can potentially take. Oh, it looks like they just back off.
They forced the Pugna back to bottom, and DK has a BKB for the next farm.
Oh my god, IG split pushing is so good right now. They're not even prioritizing their farm. They just want to apply as much pressure as they possibly can on lanes. They don't even care if they are getting all these last hits or not. They just want to get the lane into LGD's tower, so they just fall back and defend. And that's exactly what they need to keep doing.
Rubik is gonna get a 4-star, and
that's
the Enchantress is DK. Yeah, Enchantress is gonna get a mech too. With these 2 items coming up for the supports of IG, it's gonna be very difficult for LGD to try and take a fight later on. Especially in the high ground area, the Enchantress can just stand behind and throw his imp, and the DK would tank with the BKB. They're gonna take so much damage from that. I don't think the Viper can tank that.
I don't think the Viper is in any position to do anything right now.
Oh, he actually bought a casual vitality booster and going into an Acceptor.
He wants that extra health, it looks like. I mean, I can understand it because at 1500 health with max passive Corrosive Skin, I don't think IG have enough damage to kill him.
They have to
LGD
push.
Would.
I think they have to push now. If they stop again and go back and defend, they're gonna just have a really, really hard time going to push again.
I think what LGD need to do is they need to get this Nyx Assassin to get one.
Oh no, he's gonna get a Prophet.
They can get one pick off. Oh boy! And the stun is landed. And it looks like YYF will fall here, and this is exactly what they need. With this, they have some
the familiar stun.
Push. Oh, Ferrari though, he's just gonna pour it out.
Yeah, and Hao is still pushing top lane. It's still alright for them.
Weaver is, man. Oh my god.
For me, as long as IG slow down the push as long as possible, it's gonna be getting harder every minute that passes by. The Midas will give them more gold and more levels and more items.
They're giving so much room for this Enchantress, and I'm not actually a fan of this mech purchase coming from this Ench. I don't think he needs this mech. I think he just goes straight for the
I don't like the mech to Acceptor. Maybe even get a 4-star. I don't know. Like anything else that helps them to speed push and kite would be really good.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't see how IG are gonna wanna fight right now. At least
they don't need to fight.
Maybe in like 10 minutes they wanna fight, but yeah, for now they just wanna keep split pushing. And oh my god. So the only way I see for LGD to basically take a Rax here is they need to get a pick off with the Nyx Assassin, and they need to push out the opposite lane of where they got a pick off far enough that they can actually just run straight down mid and take a Rax, while IG are still trying to get some tier 3 towers instead. Like
without the pickoffs on the Nyx Assassin, the game tempo would always be in IG's favor. They're gonna try and gank Ferrari there. If his fingers is quick, No, he's
Oh
gonna get
boy, and the
stunned.
stun comes off. He still has a BKB though. He can BKB and pour it out again. He's got 50 stick charges.
Doesn't
So he's
even
just
need
gonna
that.
pour it out. All the stuns are used up, and he will save that 9-second BKB charge. Nicely done by Ferrari there.
Yeah, that was
do
very,
that.
very good by him not having to use the BKB. And
Yeah,
look at
he's
how
quite aware.
look at how
Those are
fat
the
is
only
the
stuns.
Weaver. What do you think he should go for right now?
Oh,
Desolator?
Desolator. 100% Desolator.
Nothing else.
That's the building killer.
Nothing else is better than the Desolator now. He's gonna get it fairly soon if the game tempo continues like this. He's been basically untouched the whole game.
He's gonna have it by 21 minutes. Like,
does he have a hammer?
Fat.
Oh, he doesn't have a hammer right now.
He has enough gold for, you know,
one hammer.
One hammer, yeah. But like 21 minutes he'll have it, and that's extremely fat for a Weaver.
They're going to farm up the ancient stack with the Dragon Knight's ultimate here. They're going to get so much farm on all their heroes. And LGD, again, they're forced to group up as 5 because enemy has Midas, they don't have Midas, they don't have good late game.
But it looks like they will actually get it. They might actually be able to get this tier 2 tower without losing much at all. There's no IG players on mid, and if they go mid, then they're very vulnerable.
IG doesn't really care if they lose this tier 2. They're just contented to keep pushing the other lanes. It's not a really big concern for me.
Oh, like they're backing off. They see a Dragon Knight with Dragon form, and they just back straight off. They don't want to fight it. Oh,
they're thinking about the top lane, whether they have to go back and defend. If you consider the situation here, it's gonna take them a while to take the tier 2 at bottom, so they have to defend the top lane. They have to.
But they're sticking around. They don't want to give IG the stack. They have a huge stack there that they stacked up.
They're gonna steal with the familiars, maybe. I don't think they can steal it any other way.
Oh boy, they really can't.
The Viper will be able to fend off the push from IG at top. The Weaver will just run back to the jungle, no harm done, continue his farm, get his Desolator. And once he has his Desolator, every single moment they give the Weaver to push the top lane, he's gonna just deal so much damage to the tower.
I think every minute that goes by, LGD's chances of winning are diminishing greatly.
Yeah, dwindling really. Yeah. It's gonna be really hard. If the Weaver gets his Desolator, they can even choose to come to the fights.
Going for a smoke right now. This is quite interesting. I don't think they need to do this play at all. Like, the only way I see LGD now is if IG make a mistake of doing this and actually dying.
But if they catch out someone, it gives them a better chance to win. Do they have a gem for the next, or they have the Sentry Rod?
This double damage Weaver just going ham. Oh my god. That's truly unfortunate for LGD that this Pugna going for the rune got met up with the DD Weaver, and yeah. When I saw IG smoke up, I only saw 3 heroes. The Weaver was still sitting on top, but it looks like he met up on mid. They got some kills now, they would just take Roshan, and this is the dire advantage coming through for IG.
I think this is almost the nail in the coffin already. After getting the A-Gates, I don't think LGD, if you have a lineup like LGD, you can't win a team fight, that's it.
Maybe if Weaver gets his last hit, he'll sell something as well, and Midas a creep. He doesn't even need the last hit, he has Desolator already. He just needs to go Midas.
Yeah, he needs to Midas something. 900, he just needs... Oh, he has it. He even got the last hit.
There it is, 21 minutes. Desolator complete on the Weaver. Fat Weaver.
Prophet has a Necrobook to split push. Weaver has a Desolator now. They can just take a team fight. They don't have to be afraid of anything.
Yeah, now they don't have to, but obviously the safer play would be to continue split pushing and keep getting those items.
I think at some point they'll just take one fight and LGD loses the fight, and they will just call GG after they lose the next fight, because if LGD doesn't do anything with the next push, it's over for them.
That is true. And it looks like they understand the situation and they're gonna go right down mid lane right now, even though that IG
Ferrari bought a Shadow Blade instead of trying to save a buyback. So that shows you how much confidence
they have. He has a BKB too, so I don't really see how this DK is capable of dying. Like, they need so much damage to kill this DK and Weaver and Enchantress.
Oh no, the Pugna Ward goes down. They're gonna just take a fight here. They're gonna run in, they can run in. Shadow Blade, there's a Sentry Ward there. They just need to get the engage on the Pugna. The Pugna is the one having the mech and the fast stuff. They're gonna stun the Visage.
The guy
the Impale misses. They're gonna take down the Visage first.
DD also going down. The Spike Carapace has come off, and now they're on the chase. Going for the Viper. Easy stun, and that's just straight up GG. And wow, what a game! Like, you know, you and I both thought that LGD was gonna go into this game and play really well, and I mean,
I
they're
guess you
very
lost all your
consistent team,
rest.
right?
I guess you lost
They're
all
very
your
consistent.
rest.
I would say they're more consistent than IG, but I think today IG just was simply the better team, and
The main
their
point I feel
the
was
way they played.
the draft and the strategy where they chose to go for split push and against LGD 5-man lineup. That was just a good strategy to choose to go against LGD. So it was just a really well planned game for them, well planned series from IG.
Yeah, didn't really look like LGD had a big idea, like something extraordinary or something special that they want to do in this game. They did their standard LGD thing, and IG just simply countered their style. Easy as that.
Yeah, so I guess that's about it for today. So do you have any last words for the game, Mr. 1437?
I mean, as I feel a bit disappointed in how LGD drafted in the first game. The second game, I think they had a pretty good shot, but IG just simply outplayed in the strategy field. So well done to IG. And how about you, Winter? What do you have to say about these games?
Well, I felt that sometimes the stubbornness of LGD not wanting to change their style, it's gonna hurt them in some way unless they play really well every game. And it's gonna be bound that it's gonna be just about time whether the opponents just take advantage of your playstyle where you 5-man a lot and enemies just split push against you, and if you don't play well, you're just gonna not be able to push in to the enemy base. Just like this game, you don't play well, your draft is gonna be basically all about the first 15 minutes of the game, first 10 minutes even. If you lose a lane, you're out of the game already. It's sort of like all in for me after they pick the Viper. If they go for a Luna like you said in the draft, maybe they have something to come back on in the late game, but if you go for a Viper, it means that it's all in for the first 15 to 20 minutes. If you don't win the game there, you're just not going to win the game anymore.
Well, Winter, I mean, I guess we were both proven wrong today, and IG is victorious.
Yeah,
So
there goes our rest. People thought that LGD were the better team to bet on, but I guess wraps up everything, guys, for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the games. I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties that I had just now. I'm not sure why there's so many problems when I wanted to do something like this, but I'll try to pick up the slack and do better the next time. And
yeah.
you can follow me and T-Ban on Twitter. My Twitter is Winter Dota. My Facebook is Winter Dota as well. And yours, Steven?
You can follow me on Twitter at 1437x. 1437 was taken, and on Twitch as well. Twitch.tv/1437. I stream often there, so maybe you guys will come and hang out. We'll play some Dota.
So I guess that's about it, guys. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Goodbye.